about 10 o'clock, so we're going to go ahead and get started. Second session of the day. Looking around, I see a couple of familiar faces, but for those of you that I do not know, I want to take this time just to introduce myself. My name is Joseph Sims, and I was born in Greenville, South Carolina, which is the cousin of Spartanburg. I attended school there, Stone Academy, League Academy, then went on to Greenville High School. My freshman year of college, I was at Coastal, transferred to the University of South Carolina. That's where I obtained my bachelor's degree. After that, I worked in Columbia, did some data research, worked for a couple of professors just to get my resume strong. Went off to grad school up at Virginia, James Madison University. From there, I became a school psychologist. So up here I have my Ben family. I grew up with my mom, my dad, and I have 4 sisters. And then after grad school, and I was interning in Greenville, I got married to my wife. And so now I have a wife, my daughter, and then my daughter. Just a little snapshot of her.
What's his name?
Her name is Roxy. Roxy. She's like a pit beagle mix. No, not beagle, sorry. Boxer mix. Don't tell her. Right. So my current occupation is I am a school psychologist, and then with my own business alongside of that, I am a mindset consultant. And so I'm just going to spend a little time today talking about, as a school psychologist, I've had the opportunity to do quite a few things. So I've been in the game about 5 years now, this is actually my 6th year going in, but over those course of the 6 years, I've evaluated over 100, maybe 200 students, actually more than that, hundreds of students I've evaluated and worked with. In this district, I've been to every school in this district, working with teachers, administrators, parents. I've even worked in some charter schools and some private schools as well. So in that sense, I've got to observe a lot of human behavior, Anybody like going to the mall, people watching, or festivals, just kind of seeing what people do? I love doing that. So I've done that, and in my time of observing human behaviors, I've also looked at different mindsets. Different mindsets being what sets those apart that are successful, those that actually are thriving, and then those that actually struggle to make gains. For a period of my time here in district, I coached, and seeing what those coaches put in their mindset behind developing the athletes, goodness gracious, it's top of the line. And so I understand what it takes to be successful, even teachers and principals to run schools and things like that. One thing that I noticed, the people that are successful, apart from the people that struggle, they have purpose. So it all comes down to purpose. So what is your purpose today? First of all, we all have to be here. That's simply said. But aside from that, y'all maybe looked at the little catalog and was like, oh, mindset, that looks interesting. I'd like to go there. Maybe a colleague signed up for it. You're like, I'm gonna stick with a colleague. Maybe you're here just to kind of sit back in the corner, check emails, catch up on some summer things. Whatever it is. We all have purposes. No judgment, but we all have purpose. Now, I want to talk to you about my purpose for being here right now. First of all, it's my birthday. I turned 30 years old today. And so, with that being my birthday, I'm going to give y'all a little present. A little gift, if you will, but I'm just going to ask for something in return, that you participate a little bit, ask questions if you have them, that kind of thing. But I'm here to share something with you that has been a game changer in my life. But I want you to be able to take it outside of these 4 walls to help raise your awareness, and so you can use it to develop yourself as a teacher, administrator, counselor, whatever it may be, a coach. Just being able to take something out of this classroom today for myself or others just in our sharing so you can use it elsewhere. All right? Now, this right here kind of looks like 85, but it's going to represent 85 right now. And being at every school in the district, what I've noticed is there's an underlying rivalry. You got schools on the left side of the highway, which are your Duncans, your Lyman's, Welford, Beach Springs, and DR Hill. And then you have your schools on the right side of the highway. And when I say underlying, it's not like people are out there blaring that, but it's just kind of like, oh, that's the school on the other side. So you have your Abner Creek, your River Ridge, Reedville, Berry Shoals, Florence Chapel, all right? All of these schools, they funnel into the high schools, Freshman Academy and the high school here where we're at. So just an activity to get our vocals warmed up. I'm gonna have y'all represent, okay? I was gonna show a clip from the movie 300. Anybody ever seen that?
Yes.
All right, there's one scene on there that I like, I identify with. Leonidas is walking up a hill going to meet the Arcadians. And he's laughing. He's like, this is all you brought? And Leonidas says, hey, my man, what's your profession? The guy's like, I'm a potter. He asks someone else, what's your profession? He's a blacksmith. Somebody else, he's a carpenter. He turns around to his crew. Spartans, what is your profession? Ahoo! Woo! Yeah. So when that happens, it's like they identify with being a Spartan. So what I want y'all to do right now, if you're on the left side of the highway, I want you to identify with them. If you're on the right side of the highway, identify with them. If you're at a high school or a district office employee, you choose. All right? You get to choose which side you want to represent. So, what I want to hear is when I say left side, if you're on this side up here, let me just hear you say, oh yeah. All right? Same for the right side. So, left side.
Oh yeah.
Okay. Right side.
Oh yeah.
That always happens. Right side is a little bit stronger in here right now, okay? So, whatever it is, it's always good to identify something that's bigger than yourself. All right? So, thank y'all for doing that. I told you something about myself. I kind of got a feel for where we're at. We're right side of the highway heavy here. All right, so let's get into it. Mind over matter. Mind over matter. What does this mean? So, let me put it in Google, see what happens. This is the definition that came up. The use of willpower to overcome physical problems. All right? With that being said, I want to go a little bit deeper than physical problems, more of emotional problems as well. All right? And this is more for you guys. I mean, sure, you work with students. Students have emotional problems, but this is about you today. So what kind of emotional problems do you have to overcome, and why is it beneficial for you to overcome them in some situations? And let's talk about the brain a little bit, because that's where it all starts. These three regions, maybe you've seen them before, maybe this is the first time. We have the prefrontal cortex. This is the front of your brain where all your logic and reasoning happens. Then we have deep inside your brain, more of the reptilian part, the amygdala. It's like an almond-shaped piece that is responsible for all of your emotions. So, fight, flight, freeze. Those kind of emotions. So if a snake came, I just saw a snake in my house and I about flipped. So if a snake came through here, how would you respond? Would you attack? Get the shovel. Or would you go inside, get your husband, wife, whatever it may be? I was working with a kid over the summer, and this kid was fearless. He was like going to try to find snakes. And I'm just like, man, I wish I had your brain, because it would be great to be fearless in that sense when it comes to animals that I don't like. All right, next is your hippocampus. This has to do with your memory and learning. I remember this just throughout the years because it's this little C part right here, and it kind of reminds me of, or they said it's like a C for campus. So it's responsible for your learning and memory. All right, all of these play a critical piece in just how we process information and then being able to remember the information. So if something happened, let's say for instance, a traumatic event, your amygdala is going to respond, you're going to think about it a certain kind of way, and your hippocampus is actually going to seal it in. Think of it like a steak. When you put it on a hot grill, it just seals it. So your hippocampus is going to make that a memory so that years later, you may see something and you remember it because it's been put in your brain that kind of way. All right? Bless you. So this acronym, BEAR, has been something that's been very influential and very impactful for me. All right? Understanding what this means is allowing me to look at my successes and things that I do in life just to kind of get a better understanding of them. So I'll break them down. The B, it stands for your beliefs. Your mindset is basically how you think about a situation, what you believe to be true. Now, your beliefs and how you think about something, it leads to your emotions, your attitude, how you feel about something. Oh, I feel angry. I feel sad. This right here upsets me. All right? Now, how you feel is going to dictate what you do as far as your actions. So, a lot of y'all are pretty familiar with the cause and effect of things. After you feel a certain kind of way, you're going to take action. Those actions are going to lead to some kind of effect, or in this case, result. All right? So understanding how these all play together, you can look at them and understand, okay, did I get the result that I want? If not, maybe take a look at the action that you did. If you did something, maybe see why you did that action, why you took that step to make that move or whatever. Understand the emotion that drove that action. And then if that's still not working, you have to understand your core beliefs and what kind of things actually drive your emotions. So understanding this in this sequence has been a game changer for me, and just looking at my successes and things that I work towards in my life and being able to break them down. All So let's dive in. A lot of times, we as human beings, we're all emotional creatures, but we tend to function in these areas right here. We do things, we expect results. We keep trying things, trial and error, expecting different results. But it's not until we go a little bit deeper that we can actually understand where we can change things, all right? And that's where I want to talk about the emotional side of things, the amygdala, all right? There are 3 key areas that go into changing or altering your emotional state, all right? The 3 things. First, you got to look at your body. All right, the physiological state that you may be in, how you're standing, your posture. Are you more reserved? Are you head down? Facial expressions, anything that has to do with your physiological being. Your breath, breathing. If you're anxious, you're probably going to be quick, short breaths as opposed to nice, calm, long breaths. So breathing is a good way to alter your body or your physical state. The next thing is going to be your focus. Focus. What are you paying attention to? All right? What you're paying attention to, that drives a big piece of your emotions. If you're nervous or if you're scared, so if I saw a snake come through here, my focus is going to be, that thing is going to bite me. All right? So that's going to change how I feel about that snake. And I'm going to tense up. And then it's going to lead to the last piece, which is your language. All right? Self-talk. The kind of words that you use when you articulate and you communicate with other people. So, just go with that snake example. If you see a snake, are you telling yourself, it's gonna come hit me? This snake is poisonous. I'm scared of snakes. All of these things, maybe you're consciously doing it or subconsciously doing it, but you're telling yourself something, and that's gonna influence your emotional state. All right? Going a little bit deeper than that are your beliefs, that prefrontal cortex area. This has to do with your rational thoughts. All right? A lot of times we say that children, their brains aren't fully developed until about, early 20s, that kind of thing. That's why they make dumb decisions. But whenever you get to the age where you're able to think through certain things, it's all about how you think about them. And that is something that continually can be changed. You can continue to develop that throughout your life. It's not one static thing. And so, with that being said, you choose what you want to believe. All right? If you think something is beautiful, someone else may look at it and say, that's ugly. If you see something as cold, iced, someone may look at that and say, that's lukewarm or whatever. That's pretty obvious, but you get the picture though. Some people may see something as one, you can choose what you want to see it as. And then mental conditioning is another way that I personally build my beliefs. And what this means is I pretty much question myself and I challenge myself. The example I use is like working out. I have a gym in my garage. Just after I had my baby, I wasn't able to get out much. So it's like working out at home, I don't have anybody pushing me. So I had to challenge myself. How much is enough? Did I do that? No, I didn't. So, how much is enough? All right, so I ask myself, when things get hard, how much do I want to push myself? Nobody else has forced me to do that. It's more so just how I push myself, mental conditioning. So, if you're tired, how much should you push yourself beyond being tired? That kind of thing. Just challenging yourself to go further and challenge and strengthen those beliefs. All right, you already saw this, but let's act a little bit. As I told you, it's my birthday. I'm giving you something, so I want this in return. So we're going to pretend a little bit. We got quite a few people in here, but if you could just kind of stand up, and we're going to act. Now, when we do this, I want you to act like you're going to go around and kind of meet a few people, take about a minute or so, and act like you are meeting people that you haven't seen in about 2 months or so, and you're so excited to meet them. Okay? You're so excited to reconnect with them. All right? Go. Everybody did like a great conversation. This time, I want y'all to act like y'all are shy or timid, and you're trying to introduce yourself to someone else. All right? Go ahead and start wrapping up the conversation and take a seat. Shot, but you are. Alright, maybe we have to use the Hollywood actors in here. So let's discuss this a little bit. I would appreciate some participation. I'll just kind of talk through it if not. So what are some things that you noticed with your body when you were excited to see someone after 2 months? What kind of things did you notice? Let's go ahead and shout them out. Or you hug, embrace, come to me. Yes. Yes.
More enthusiasm.
Enthusiasm, happy, loud hand movements. Somebody said loud. I like that because your voice is a part of your body. You're using your voice. You're trying to get it out there. Anything with your face? Bright, vibrant. As far as posture, was anybody excited to see somebody? So, body is a big piece that changes your emotion, and so when you're feeling certain emotions, your body tells you. All right. Now, when you're focusing on certain things, let's go with the shy example for this one. What were you focusing on when you were shy? Yourself. You're thinking about, oh my goodness, I have to put myself out there. Someone has to listen to me. Oh, I may not be good enough. You're just focusing on all the things that are kind of irrelevant. Correct? Now, as far as your language, self-talk, what kinds of things are you verbalizing? Anything you notice?
They don't want to talk to me.
Great.
They won't look at me.
That kind of goes into that you're not good enough and that kind of feeling of no one wants to, you're telling yourself all of these things in your head. Right now we're pretending, but if you're actually experiencing these emotions, this is the kind of things that you're going through and telling yourself. All right? So all 3 of these pieces go into emotional states. If you want to change that, all you have to do is just really change one of these. So if you're shy or something like that, if you focus on something bigger, maybe not yourself, then you can alter how you feel or not be so shy. Okay? So, I put this up here not to say that emotions are made up, but emotions are not real. And what I mean by this, there are really no positive emotions and no negative emotions. All right? Emotions are just emotions. So with that being said, I like to say emotions are not real. If you get a kid or if you get an adult or someone that's like, oh, I'm angry, that's fine. You can identify as that, but understand that you can also remove yourself from that emotion, which means it's not really real for you. It's just how you associate with it. So when I say emotions are not real, think about this example. Over the summer, my family, we get together. Like I said, we have a pretty big family, 7 people. We've all married. We have kids now. So we go rent a cabin out and we spend time. So we went to Tennessee. The last day there, my wife and daughter, they went to go sit on the couch. And somehow somebody left the door open. And a big old wasp or something had came in and was sitting right next to them. A bug! So, I'm like, okay, that's my wife. Let me come to the rescue. So I took the shoe off, went over there. Pop! Somebody was like, oh, you hit it on the couch. It's too soft. It's not dead. So I'm like, okay, let me get some tissue. Got the tissue, took care of business. Now, as I'm walking to take this bug outside, I have my little niece. She's about 4 or 5 years old. She's standing right there. And I'm walking with the bug. And I'm like, wow. And I did that. She's playing with her. Did she jump? She's not even focused on anything scary with that. But one of my older sisters, she's not even over here. She's back in the back somewhere near the door. Get that thing away from me! Why does the same situation provoke different emotions in people? It's based on what they believe. Now, with that being said, sure, I did throw bugs on my sister when I was a little kid. She had the right to be afraid. She had the right to be afraid. And so, by me looking at my niece and her just being very interested in the bug, I was like, oh wow, she's not even associating anything negative to this experience. In her mind, she just saw the bug here and it lowered. In my sister's mind, I'm gonna throw it on her. And so she moved out of the way, almost broke her neck, tripping over luggage and stuff. And I'm like, I'm not that guy anymore, I'm sorry. But her hippocampus has formed that in her mind that I'm a childish person, I'm gonna throw a bug on you. Like I said, 5 years ago I might have done that, but I've grown up since then. And so with that being said, take a look at this picture right here. This lion is having himself a nice zebra cake. Now, you may look at this and feel sorry for the zebra. Quite all right. We are all very emotional creatures. You feel what you feel. But at the end of the day, this lion has to eat. All right? So this lion is like, this is a good meal for me? Yes. Whereas someone that sees this, or if you watch animals, I love watching Animal Planet because you can look at nature and it puts things in perspective. It really does. And seeing how this happens, it's like, yeah, you may feel sorry for the zebra, but it's the circle of life. Things have to happen. But it's all about how we associate meaning to things. Okay? This next picture, we have mayonnaise. Now, someone told me that Miracle Whip is not mayonnaise, it's some kind of something. Whatever it is, I will deal with it. But the disgust that I have for Miracle Whip, some may have that for Duke's mayonnaise. I love Duke's mayonnaise. I love it. Put it on everything. You can't eat a sandwich without it. It's going to be dry. So, you may look at mayonnaise and be like, I don't like it, or I don't like that kind. But once again, we put the perspective and meaning on things. It's up to you. Another example, we have the state of South Carolina, good old rivalry. Gamecocks. If you're a Gamecock fan, you're probably looking over here at this Clemson Paul like, ugh, it's too close on the screen. Same thing if you're a Clemson person. You're probably like, oh, those Gamecocks, they can't win a game. I mean, I know y'all got a company championship. But you have your beliefs. But at the end of the day, these are two institutions that are producing people, human beings, adults, to go into the world and contribute. It's a college. At the end of the day, these people are going to be out there in the world. A lot of y'all probably went to Clemson or Carolina. Do I like y'all more or less? Maybe. But that's my mindset. That's my perspective on it, okay? So, with that being said, at this time of the year, I know a lot of you had meetings with faculty, other teachers, team lead meetings, all that good stuff, SLOs, and making sure your schedules are right. Any new teachers in here? You said first year here?
First year in this district.
But not, okay. So even veteran teachers, I was talking to my wife last night, she was like, I'm 8 years in, and I still feel this kind of way. What this is right here, in my mind, is overwhelmed, okay? So as I mentioned, emotions are what we put on them. So in these cases where you feel overwhelmed, what I like to do and what I like to tell people and think through is you have to pivot, all right? So if you're feeling overwhelmed, it's not gonna serve you well to stay overwhelmed. You're gonna feel like I can't catch up. So if you're overwhelmed, a good way to pivot is to think of the opposite. So if you're overwhelmed, the opposite of that for me is calm. As I talked earlier, a way to change your state, or the body piece of your emotion, is to change your state. So deep breathing. Take some deep breaths, breathe through the diaphragm. This right here can change your emotional state very simply if practiced. Now, doing it one time is not gonna work. You know, everything's like a muscle, you gotta build it up. So if you're feeling overwhelmed, working to pivot towards the more calm side is going to serve you well. This right here, another example, dealing with challenging students. All right. Now, if this didn't happen, I probably wouldn't have a job. A lot of the kids I work with, teachers have had it up to here, and they're like, get them out of here, do something with them, send them to the principal, test them, they got something going on with them. But in the moment where you're dealing with this kind of behavior in the classroom, you don't have to get up again, but I just want you to kind of talk among yourself with the neighbor. If this has ever happened to you, what's the way that you pivoted to kind of work towards a more desirable emotion to get through and manage the situation? And then we'll discuss it maybe after a minute or so. We talk and share. Right. Who would like to share some of your strategies that you've used in difficult situations? Yes, we have the bench.
I don't know if it's a strategy. Can I tell you the story and you can think of a strategy? So, okay, this is an honest to God true thing. It was when I was teaching at Beach Springs, and it was snowing. And the principal came over the intercom and she said, I need your attention. School will be distant, and that's as far as she got before my entire class of 30 kids stood up, screaming, and then they began to punch each other in joy. But the punch triggered something else, which turned into a mean punch, like, oh, that hurt, to, oh, and then they began full out, boom, every kid in the class. Except for like one little terrified girl. Honest to God. And it was like, and the trigger for that wasn't a build-up and an antagonistic thing with me or anything, and it was joy, but it was, oh, you punched me, oh, I'm gonna punch you back hard, oh, you punched me, I'm gonna punch you back hard. And it was like, oh my God. And it was kind of slowed down, and I just kind of looked at them all, and then I kind of yelled, stop it. And I was not effective.
So how did it end up?
They
Stop.
stopped eventually.
So now, okay.
I don't remember it, but no one died.
Talk about those memories. And that
Yeah,
situation, it's like, I don't know what to do. You formed it, blocked it off.
Yeah, I remember that point. It was a slow motion weirdness. It was like, okay, you guys were happy a moment ago.
Yeah.
And you know what I mean? It was like, oh man, you hit me harder than I hit you. And then it became this full out punch.
That sounds like something from a movie, honestly.
It does.
So in that situation, you're not quite sure what you did. Anyone ever experienced anything similar to that, or what you might do in that situation?
A full-on fight, a full-on thing where everybody in the cafeteria.
Like a food fight kind of simple.
Well, not even food fight, but a thing where they're really fighting.
Kind of like I mentioned, make a call, whatever it is you got.
Well, I know.
In that situation, I'm thinking like, the non-verbal piece right here, that probably wouldn't work if they're all engaged. But did you yell?
Yes, I just yelled, stop it!
And eventually
they kind of stopped.
What I might do in that situation is find, because I doubt that every single person in there is going to be willing. So I would find a couple of good people that are sitting there nicely and say, oh, you're doing a great job sitting here. Just to try to redirect, so I'm not paying attention to this, putting attention on this, and just to kind of let that, ripple out. But I don't have an answer for that. Hopefully I never am in a classroom or something like that. See that? Because I might just walk out and shut the door. Let it cool off. Any other strategies? Any other strategies of difficult situations of being irritated, frustrated by students, or what you've done to kind of pivot?
Put the lights out sometimes because like they're all getting all too rowdy and you're close that door hard.
Just to kind of talk snapping back in place?
Yes.
Good. And that's what I said with the cafeteria. The music comes on, the music plays, everyone's just, their cue is to get quiet and eat. Very good. Something to redirect behaviors, okay? So, what I want us to kind of see, because like I said, we're all emotional creatures. We're going to experience positive emotions as well as negative emotions. But if we can start looking at negative emotions as signals, just something to kind of alert us to pivot, that may serve us very well. So think of this like if you're in your car driving and the gas light comes on. It says you have about 5 miles until you're about to be on it. You can push it. That's just a signal that you might need to pull over to QT or Spinks and get some gas. But you may not get mad unless you're out of money or something, but it's usually just an alert to do something differently. The same thing like a seatbelt. If you have a ding, 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 it's just an alert, oh, put your seatbelt on. All right, so when you have a negative emotion, if you're angry about something, if you're frustrated, overwhelmed about something, just see that as an emotion. Don't judge yourself. Just kind of look at it and say, all right, I think I need to pivot. And the reason you pivot is going to be beneficial because you can get to an emotion that serves you well. And when you're in a good emotional state, like I mentioned, you can take better actions and get better results. That bear philosophy. All right? So this right here is what I call the go-to emotional formula. Basically, it is addressing the elephant in the room. What is the negative emotion? I'm very angry. I'm very frustrated. Whatever that may be, just identify it. Look at what the emotion that serves you best. Typically, that's going to be an opposite emotion. I have purpose up here because, as I mentioned, people that are successful in life and what I consider based on just my observations and things, people that have a purpose for doing something, they usually stick to it better. So if you have an emotion that serves you well, let's say, for instance, is you want to be productive. Why do you want to be productive? What's the purpose behind that? So I can get this task completed and then go hang out with my family or go to the pool or whatever it may be. So you have to have a purpose. Next, you're going to pay attention to your body, focus, and the language that you use. We talked about those. And then you're going to look, I think you mentioned trigger, something that triggers you to get to this emotional state. All right? So when y'all came in, I kind of had some music up there. That's just in the background. But I'm hearing that, and the kind of music that I played, it triggers me to kind of get into a relaxed state, think about things that I'm more calm with. So I'm not, in a state of maybe nervousness, which is my example. So a negative emotion for me, and one that I've used, is opposite of feeling nervous is feeling confident. All right? Why do I want to feel confident, or why would I need to feel confident? Maybe because there's something that I need to be doing, and fear has crept in. I'm sitting there looking. Let's just use this as an example. I'm talking to a group of people. I want to be able to present this information. Why do I need to be confident? Because fear has crept in. Oh, y'all are looking at me. I'm I'm feeling judged. So I need to be able to look to say, I need to do something and fear creeps in. That's why I need to feel confident. Now, what does my body look like if I'm confident? I'm standing up, right? My head is up. I'm not, reserved. I'm not shy or anything like that. I'm bold and I know what I'm doing. My hands are out in front and moving. I could be back here, hands in my pocket. Hey guys, that kind of thing. That doesn't, y'all probably look and see, well, that's not confident. I wouldn't feel confident either because my body isn't telling me that. Looking at my focus, someone needs me. I think about my daughter. If something happened, like when my wife told me the bug was beside me, I didn't think 2 seconds about it. My focus was on don't let that bug sting them. So it was like, go. It was bigger than me. All right? And then I'm here for a reason. As I mentioned, today is my birthday. So if I'm confident about something, I'm here for a reason. This is bigger than me. All right? If I get stuck in my own head thinking about Joe, then no telling where that can lead. But if I'm like, okay, this right here, somebody can take something from this lesson today, then that also changes my focus on where my confidence goes. All right? The last little piece is language. I like to use simple words in moments to where I need to build my confidence because I don't know about y'all, but I didn't get a perfect SAT score. And so I know a couple big words, but sometimes if I use a big word, I might sit there and think to myself, did I use that right word? I hope no one heard it. Depending on the crowd, people might call me out on that, but I'll just stick to the simple stuff so that way I know for sure what it is. Something else is I'll tell myself in my head, I've got this. I can do this. I've done this plenty of times. I got this. And then what I call ETG, that's actually the name of my business. It stands for Embrace the Grind. This is something I tell myself over and over again just because we're all humans. We all experience adversity, trouble, and things like that. My mindset is embrace those things because they're not going anywhere. Problems are always going to be here. They've been here since the beginning of time. And so by me telling myself, embrace the grind, ETG, then I'm able to kind of put myself in a state to where I can feel this level of confidence. All right? Now, looking at my triggers, over here I have play music, as I told you. Music is a very powerful tool to kind of change the state. It can trigger you to be quiet. It can trigger you to get amped up. I'm thinking about the intercom now. She just said something and that triggered them into a negative state. But very easily, maybe a certain kind of trigger such as music or whatever it may be, a clap, that can trigger them to get to this more positive emotional state. Something else I have, well, bigger than me, that's just a song by Big Sean. He talks about him growing up, starting out in small little auditoriums, and then he filled out like a big arena. And in that song, he's talking about how it's bigger than him, to the point people are coming to watch him for something that he's giving them. He's no longer doing it for himself, he's doing it to inspire others. He's doing it to kind of lead others on the path of development. And then the last thing I have is shout ETG while flexing. That's my trigger. I coach for a little bit, but I'm also very athletic in the sense that I play ball a lot. And I actually got invited to play tomorrow, so I'm be excited about that. But so when I get excited and I want to trigger that confidence, if I got this, I'll just shout ETG and flex. It may look silly, but a lot of times the silly things people don't understand, but they get you into a state where you can function and do what you need to do. So that's what I do. And so a couple of takeaways today. I'm just going to challenge you to kind of look at this model, but understand what emotions serve you best. Like I said, we're all different in here. We're all emotional creatures, but you have a different emotion than you. You have a different emotion than me. So which one serves you best, but also understanding that beliefs and emotions, they're woven in how they play in getting the results that you want. Because like I said, a lot of times we function in that action result phase, going a little bit deeper and seeing, okay, what am I feeling to lead to that action? What are my beliefs to lead to the certain emotion? Okay? Now, if you can take away some within that area, then I'll be a happy birthday boy. Now, with that being said, what questions may you have? Oh, yeah, sure. This order, though.
Yeah, that one.
Any questions from anyone? Anything you're like, that doesn't make sense, or I don't believe you?
It's not a question. I just think you need to make videos for middle school and intermediate school to use for OBS lessons. That'd be great.
Okay. I saw that lesson, someone's teaching OBS today. Is that similar to the? I was like, I know what it is, and I feel kind of guilty to say I must be.
Flip it. You feeling this? secure, feel confident.
She says did it.
Oh, did it, sorry, did it.
I'm helping.
Change your thought.
Okay, so videos in that sense.
But it would help teachers that have OBA's classes every week, because they need topics and things, and everything you said would help a lot.
Appreciate that.
Well, I think too, kids are having that confidence, they're not fully to get the confidence. I mean, that's
Right.
usually why they're
Yes.
attacking someone else, because they're.
And a lot of times they're not even aware of it.
Right.
Like I said, we just function on the surface. You hit me, I hit you back. And it's like, okay, why do I respond that way if you hit me? Did you mean to? Did I get upset that you hit me? And it's like, you shouldn't touch me. Is that the belief? You just kind of have to dive a little bit deeper.
I think this is something zero break for our own buildings. You know,
Cross
like,
culture, yes.
you know, for a sporting event or before they go on stage or, you know, teaching them how to channel the, you know, the nervous energy and become confident. Or I'm just thinking about, you know, playing the music and doing those things. I have a little boy and I could just see him, you know, doing all that. Or a baseball game or something.
Something I do for my daughter is in the morning, she's kind of having a rough morning. We'll put this Taki on TV. Taki,
Yeah.
And it's like, put that on, and she's just like, it's like, oh, triggered to that very minute that you can get out the door.
Yeah.
So, yeah, for our kids, very, very true, very true.
Do you have a website for your business?
I do, yeah, it's basically etgtoday.com. I have a business card somewhere, but yeah, that's it, etgtoday.com. ETG today, so embrace the grind today.com, but it's just ETG. Yeah. Any other questions?
I just wanna make a comment.
Yes.
When you were saying pivot, all I was thinking about was that Friends episode.
Yes.
You're too young to know Friends, aren't you?
How many friends?
Too young.
No, go ahead.
No, but when they're going up, they're trying to move a couch. They're young. When Robbie was trying to move the couch, you
Silence!
In like regards to mindset, I've heard all that like it changes your brain to say like you get to do something versus you have to do something.
Mhm.
So that's something like as teachers we can model that for our students versus like I have to take it. I have to do this. I have to do that. I have another meeting. Like we get to do these things. So like a kid like have to. You get to do homework. Like you get to practice. You get to practice. You get to do these things.
And that's,
That like maximizes your brain capacity.
that's the reason I love working with little kids, and I mean, elementary especially, just because they're so, not like it's manipulative, but they're easy to manipulate. If you just change certain words that you say, they can think about things a whole different way. Whole different ways, very good. Exactly. The reason I kind of developed this idea is because actually, I was overhearing teachers in the hallway, talking about students, in front of the students. And I'm like, what kind of things are you instilling in this student that's hearing you talk about other students in the classroom? And so I'm just like, we need to work on ourselves because we're all models for the people that we serve. And so it just kind of hurt my heart to hear, oh my gosh, this kid is doing it. And I'm just like, maybe later. I mean, I felt very uncomfortable. I'm like, I gotta get away because just to stop you from talking about the kid. And that actually hurt a little bit because I'm like, you don't know how much damage you're doing to someone else that's hearing this and kind of seeing how you relate to students in the class. And they may not feel comfortable coming to you with certain things. And not saying everything has to be all rosy and peachy, but it's just think about how you're saying certain things. Think about how you're processing your emotions. You may be frustrated, but maybe that's not the moment to show that, you know? So just change the way you think about things and hopefully you get a better result. All right. If nothing else, I thank y'all for your time.